Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So we have started this consolidation series. If you have missed the first episode, please feel free to check that out. I'm going to put the link down below. So in the second episode, I want to focus first on the process, right? What the typical consolidation process looks like. And then we can deep dive into the technical part of configuration in Dynamics. So starting from the process, what is a typical business scenario and how that gets translated into dynamic steps with the technical terminology? So, step one is always starting from your operation entity, meaning that in my scenario, I have the consolidation entity group level GLCO, and my operating entities are GLMF, GLSI, GLRT. They may have other sub companies to roll up to this level. But in this simple example, let's just consider GLMF as the child company at the operating level. Okay. So having said that, the first step is to ensure all the month end, year end closing is completed at the operating entity level. So at those three companies level. And then the second step, we also need to book any adjustment entries according to your reporting requirement if you're using different layers. So let's say usually I'm following the US GAAP accounting policy, so I need to book to my US GAAP layer. But my headquarter is based in Europe, they're following IFRS. So we will need to adjust that from the reporting perspective. So you may have some expense type of entries or costing entries you will need to reclass to be reflected on the IFRS reporting side. So to do that, you're going to use the posting layer concept to record those adjustment entries. So if you're not familiar with the posting layers, I also have another video. Feel free to check that out. Okay, now assuming we have all those adjustment entries also booked at a different layer, the third step is going to run the consolidation online, which triggers elimination journal creation. So let me explain this point. In my scenario, I consider a group level GLCO and also a separate elimination entity. So from the prior video, we talked about in which case you need to have a separate elimination entity, in which case your consolidation entity can serve both consolidation and elimination purposes. So let's take this a little bit complex scenario with the separate elimination entities because I want to store all those adjustment entries within my elimination entity. So if that's the case, that means your second step, book adjustment entries, you can either book at the operational level or you can also book at the elimination entity level if you want to regroup all of those entries in one single entity. So this is more a business choice. So in my case, let's assume we book all the adjustment entries in this elimination entity at group level. That means I don't need to have any traceability to know this adjustment happens for GLMF, this adjustment happens for GLSI. So that's the decision why I put in the single elimination entity. But if you do need to have traceability per operating entity, then you better book those at a different layer within each operating entity, right? So that's the second point. Now, third step, run consolidation online. So basically, this is to say, now I have my operating entities fully completed with the month end. I'm ready to copy all their balances into my consolidated entity. So what happens is you're going to run the consolidation online batch job within this GLCO entity, and the system is automatically going to copy all those balances from the operating entity into your GLCO entity. At the same time, it's also going to trigger elimination journal if that's included in your consolidation online template. We can cover that technical part later on. But just know at this step, your elimination journal will be created automatically within your elimination entity. So once I run step 3, I can run a TB from GLCO to see all those operating company balance being added up together with elimination journal being created under this company for my review. Okay, and then moving on the next step, you can review, edit, post the elimination journal. So why we would need to edit elimination journal? So in a perfect world, if you have those intercompany entries and you set a certain rules, either based on financial dimension intercompany or based on GL intercompany accounts, the system will bring those entries and centralize into this elimination journal, where when you open up, you will see a balanced elimination journal entry. and then you just post, right? So this is in the perfect world. But typically, very often is the system may identify the elimination entry from one operating entity, and from the other side, maybe they forget to book through the financial dimension intercompany, so that entry is not identified and brought into this elimination journal. So in that case, you will have an unbalanced elimination journal. So you will need to analyze the elimination and the reconciliation to know, okay, which part is missing, and then either adjust at the operating level or adjust your elimination journal to balance out so you can post that, right? So that's the whole purpose of this step: review, edit, and post the elimination journals. So once you post this elimination journal, that means on your TB from this elimination entity, you will see those elimination entries. However, they don't exist in GLCO, the consolidated entity. So for now, your GLCO only have the add up balances without considering the elimination aspect, right? So we have to find a way to move those posted elimination journals back to GLCO. So that's basically our next step: rerun consolidation online to include elimination results. So very similar to step 3, run consolidation online. You just do the rerun step. System is not going to duplicate any balance copy. It's just going to update whatever new journal entries are being identified. So in our case, that's the elimination journals, right? So once you do this rerun, that means in your consolidation entity GLCO, you can see the copied balances plus the elimination journal results. So that means your full consolidation process is complete. So leading us to the next step, you can run the TB in the consolidation entity GLCO and see the final results. But one thing to note is when you run this TB, this is a standard dynamics trial balance, right? So you won't have any detailed breakdown, let's say the results per entity, and also showing all the elimination journal results, detailed entries, and it won't give you any specific layout you would require to see on that report. So that's why you will need the last step to generate the financial reports. Typically, we use this hybrid method, consolidating first, have all the source data ready in this GLCO entity, and then use Financial Report Designer to put on report layouts to fit your reporting requirements. So we can deep dive in the future sessions to show the outcome, but for now, those are the key steps and processes. All right, so this is a straightforward video. For the next one, we're going to cover more technical aspect with the consolidation, online template or elimination rules. Okay, so I hope this is helpful. Thank you so much for your support. I'll see you in the next one.